This is the emergency broadcast system. The CDC is advising that you stay in your home.
We show up. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody.
We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party.
We show up in the party. We show up in the party. We show up in the party.
What an absolute beast. Slightly bigger than the other one. £38 tenny's just gone. There he is, look, check him out. Here's Corey doing the honours with that fish for me. So, hello and welcome to another video, and I'm quite excited. I'm back on Swan and I'm back in that corner where I had a good hit on my last video. I've been itching to get back down here. Unfortunately, work commitments and family things, and this will be the last time I can get out for quite some time because we're going on family holidays soon, so I won't be able to edit this video probably till about another 3 weeks from now. But anyway, I've got 2 nights ahead of me. I've just come off of the night shift. You know, I've done a 12-hour night shift and I've got here, so I'm feeling rather tired. But I'm going to get everything sorted, just slip a couple of rods in for now and get a couple of hours sleep, and then get up at tea time and get everything on bang on the money, and hopefully we can have some sort of a repeat like last time. You know, any fish is a bonus in here. I know last time there was quite a few fish in front of me. I have seen quite a few fish in the vicinity, so fingers crossed. Let's see if we can make something happen. Well, have I got a surprise for you? It surprised me as well. I haven't had my sleep like I was supposed to. I'm absolutely knackered. 12-hour night shift, I get here and I'm still sat about and the rod rips off. I'm surprised to get a bite this early on. And he is an absolute cracker. He's just gone £37, beautiful common. The colours on it are absolutely amazing. Let's see if he's gonna behave. And there we go, look, just check him out. What an absolute beast. And to make it even better, I've got my son Corey with me. Come here, Corey. Come say hello. Smile then, look happy. Do you want to give it a kiss? Yeah. Why not? Shall I give it one? Mwah! Equally as nice on this side. I think you'll agree. I'll touch on the tactics a bit later on, but for now I just want to get some pictures and slip him back. And I'd also like to thank Simon and Lee that's come to help from the next peg down from me. So thanks, lads.
Welcome back.
You just hold that there, Corey. Hold that there. Hold it there so we can't get out. Well, good evening, and the magic time is drawing in now. It's just gone 8:30, and I have managed to nick an hour, so I do feel a little bit better, although I am still rather tired. My plan is to turn in early tonight and get up really early in the morning. Tactics wise, it's pretty similar to last time I was here in this swim, should I say. If you haven't seen that blog, the link's in the description below. But my left hand rod and the right hand rod are fishing the same. I'm fishing just over a couple of handfuls of particle, the ground up LM94 with lots of food syrup in there and plenty of corn. So there's nothing real, no really big food items, so to speak. There's no whole boilies in there. And then I'm fishing a whittled down wafter over the top. That's what's done me well in here in the past. And obviously my left hand rod is on my banker spot. But the bite earlier was actually off my right hand rod. And that's a spot I've not had a bite off before. And that's off the right hand tree line, just over here. And then my middle rod, I've gone totally different on that, something I've not tried yet. I've gone in on a straight bottom bait on that, a 15mm LM94 bottom bait with about 15 to 20 freebies over the top. I say over the top, I used the belt, I sent it out in a belt and just dropped it. They're all fishing that far margin. It's an area I feel that they visit quite regular. They tend to come in on that line anyway. If my previous session in here is anything to go by, the left hand rod was a banker for around about 6 o'clock in the morning. But things do change, you know. I mean, having a bite in the afternoon out of the blue, that totally took me by surprise, that did. And what a gorgeous fish that was. Really was a beautiful common, that. So I've had a good start, which is more than what I could have asked for. I wasn't expecting anything until the morning. I've not seen much out there today, or this evening. Normally come this time in the evening, you normally see a couple cruising about. And especially now that wind's dropped off. I guess you could say it's the calm before the storm, because we've got a thunderstorm due in tomorrow. And with that thunderstorm, the air pressure's meant to drop down to 1,003. Which is ideal conditions. I love fishing on the back end of a thunderstorm when the air pressure's low. It's stood me for some really good sessions in the past, especially in the summer when oxygen levels are quite low. So yeah, the rods are all primed. I just redone the left and right hand rod. I've left the middle one, the boilie one. I don't want to keep re-putting more boilies out there, so to speak. I don't mind doing the left and right hand because it's just little bits and pieces. Other fish will be eating that. The forecast is for a southwesterly tomorrow. This corner, when the wind blows into this corner, it's a southeasterly. So it's still blowing in this direction. And I still think it'll bring a few fish in with it. I'll go over my rigs in a bit more detail tomorrow, and I'll actually show you the mix. But it's nothing you haven't seen before if you've been keeping up to date with my blogs. I do apologise for not having another video out for quite some time. But you know, sometimes other things take priorities. And I did manage to get out once on here, and that prevailed to nothing. I fished one of the garden swims, and it was the first time I fished this lake when it was blowing a northerly wind. Yes, and the fish do respond to the wind quite well in here. It definitely opened my eyes up to what the fish do for different conditions. I mean, when you think this is only my 5th session on here, and how well I have done, you know, and to think I'm still learning the place, yeah, it's hard to believe sometimes with what I have had. But every time you come, you do pick up bits and pieces, you know, which help you on the next session. By the time this video goes out though, I'll have been on holiday and been back. Unfortunately I won't get time to edit this before we leave. So it will be quite a big gap between my last video to this one. But they will be coming more regular after that. And to be honest, I'm enjoying my time on here. I really am. And since I was last here, both the big commons have come out, the perfect common come out, and the box commons come out. And seeing the pictures of them, it just makes you want to catch them all that more. Yeah, I've really got my heart set on one of them commons. And I think I'll keep coming here until I get one of them. I don't think I'll come in here, you know, like straight through. I will fish other places in between. But when I think, you know, it's a good time to sort of target them fish, I will drop on here and have a few sessions. Well, that's the plan for now anyway. Until the freezer bait is sorted. And then we've got other plans. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling on. And hopefully I shall be checking in with you bright and early tomorrow. Well, good morning. It has been an eventful morning. We did manage to sneak a tench out, a very good tench at that. £10 2 ounce that went. Here's Corey doing the honours with that fish for me. Yeah, and that fish come to the whittled down wafter again. It seems to be doing all the bites, the whittled down wafter. I'm still persevering with the boilie rod, that's still going out there. I'm using the LM94, the liver again. And in this food bag here, I've got some of them, they're shelf life boilies. And I've glugged them about 7 days ago now. So they're quite soft and quite potent. And that's what I've been putting out over my boilie rod. Not a lot, just 15-20 baits. I'm still sitting on it. I haven't actually reeled that rod in yet. I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to sit on that. I might reassess a bit later on, but for the moment the fish are not in front of me. There's a southwesterly blowing in at the minute, which is blowing over into the far corner over there. There's a lot of fish showing on that reed line at the moment. But you know, they do tend to get in here. Even when they don't get in here in numbers, there's still the odd fish that drifts in. I do think there's the odd resident fish that likes it round here. So we'll just keep persevering. I'm going to stick to just putting a handful of bait out. I don't believe they get in here to feed in numbers, so to speak, anyway. I believe that you're just trying to nick a bite. So like I mentioned before, it's not something you haven't seen. If you've seen any of my blogs before, you'll know exactly what I've been using, and this is no difference. A really stinky, sloppy mix, plenty of crumbed up boilie in there, and it's mostly made up of pigeon conditioner and sweet corn, with a few boilie halves. So there's not many big food items. It's just that smell, you know, there's enough to keep them grubbing about, coming back to that same area. Even if the bait has been picked off by the tench or whatever, there's still something to draw them into that area. It's a right chunk. Oh, you are massive. Do not come off. Please do not come off. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh my God. Come on. Please. Get in there. Well, we're just coming into early afternoon now. And to be honest, I thought the swim had gone totally dead. I had no occurrences. I had a little liner earlier, but that could have been anything. So I was quite surprised when this one rattled off. And off a new spot as well. It was taken from the left hand margin. It's 8 foot of water down there on that tree line. So I'm quite pleased with this one. Slightly bigger than the other one. 38 £10 is just gone. And there's another lovely looking common. And there he is, look, check him out. Short and fat, beautiful colours on him. Can't grumble at that. A brace of 30s, absolutely pucker. And he is equally as nice on both sides. I think you'll agree. Thank you, beautiful. Let's slip him back. What do you think, Corey? Thumbs up. He's a bit camera shy, but he's giving me a thumbs up. Well, it's a bit later than usual and we're on bivvy cam tonight. I got the rods sorted a little bit later than usual. We had a nice sprag bowl, didn't we? A big pile of it. So we ate that and then I got the rods sorted. And then I come back in, put the kettle on, and as soon as I put the kettle on, the rod was away. A beautiful looking tench, another double figure tench, I can't believe it. I mean, £10 tench are rare to come by, and this one come in at £10.6, and Corey did the honours with that again. Here's him holding that now. So yeah, what did you think to that tench, Corey?
Good.
Good. So have you enjoyed this fishing session then, Corey?
Yeah, especially when we catch big fish.
So you want to come again then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe Mummy will let us after holiday. We'll have to see. Well, anyway, back to the fishing. Like I said, the rods are all set. Oh, I'm away. Well, that was just a liner, but that got the old ticker going, that did. I thought I was away then. So yeah, I've stuck to the same spots, same bait application, just a couple of handfuls in the hopper, and just sending them out to that same spot every time on each rod. And it seems to be working. Fingers crossed for the morning. Hopefully we can manage to slip one more in the bag before we head home. But we've got until about dinner time, haven't we? So no rush back. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there, and hopefully you'll see us two bright and early with another banger. Well, good morning. It's quite late morning. It's getting on for 10 o'clock now. We did have a bite this morning at first light, but that was another tench. That weighed in at £8.4, so not quite the specimen 10-pounders which we have had previous, but still nonetheless a really nice fish. Here's Corey doing the honours again. He's becoming a little dab hand now at picking them up. He did have a bit of a moan when the first one, saying that, "Why are they so slippery, Dad? I can't pick it up." But yeah, he's getting the hang of it now, and he's even slipping them back himself. He has had a rod himself. He's been poking it in on the river behind us. He hasn't had much joy, but to be honest, he hasn't really put the effort in. But it's been fairly quiet in this bay again. The fish haven't moved in. You know, I think with the fish that we have had, you know, we've done well to get them because they haven't been here in numbers. You know, usually you get groups of fish in here. Every other time I've been in here, I've seen groups of fish. More or less throughout the day, you normally get a different group through a different time of day, but they just haven't been visiting it. But it just goes to show that it does hold a few resident fish. Well, that's the way I'm thinking anyway. I mean, both them bites that I've had off the carp come out of nowhere. And this morning, showing wise, I've seen a couple of tench show, and that is it. I've not seen a carp show at all. Everything that I have seen have all been on the opposite side. It's still blowing a southwesterly, and it's still pumping into that bank over there. So, and there was a guy on the other side had a 106-pound catfish yesterday. It took him well over an hour to get it in. He was literally up and down that bank. Everybody had to reel in to help him out. What an absolute monster. I'm glad that didn't pick my bait up, let's put it that way. I'm not keen on catfish. But the guy that caught it made his trip, so I'm over the moon for him. It's nice to see people get what they want out of a session. We've not got long left now, a couple of hours. But you just never know, them rods are out there. And it's not over till the fat lady sings. Or the fat bird in this case, because there's no ladies about that I can see anyway. So yeah, I shall be giving you another little update before we go. I've not changed anything, I've kept to the same tactics. I'm literally just putting in a couple of handfuls of bait in the hopper, the wafter rig over the top, and I'm sitting on it. I'm not moving it until it goes. I'm not bringing it in just for the sake of re-putting it back out there. I just sit on it. The only time I do replace it is if I think there's something wrong with it, or you know, another fish has gone into the line or whatever and you have to do it, or you've had a savage liner. But other than that, no. I mean, my right hand rod, it's been out since yesterday, since about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's still out there now. I don't know if it makes a big difference, but it certainly makes a difference for me, especially for the confidence anyway. I think with that pigeon conditioner mix that I use and how potent it is, you know, I don't think you need a lot of it for them to know it's there. And in my opinion, the fish are just not coming off the big beds of bait at the minute. And you know, people are trying it. There's lots of different anglers coming on here. It's busy all the time. And you know, people are doing it. They are, you know, fishing tight to a spot and spodding it up, but they're just not coming to it. From what I've seen anyway. You know, if anybody else has got anything different to tell me, please, you know, leave a comment below. Let me know how you're getting on. I do like to, you know, hear from other people, see how they're doing. Helps me put a picture together as well. I still feel as though I'm fairly new to the lake. This is my 5th session now. Yeah, I'm hoping it changes towards the autumn time. I reckon them fish will push out into open water, and I think then the spot fishing will come into its own. But we'll have to wait and see. You just got to take each session as it comes, haven't you, really? And while the method I'm using is working, that's what I'll stick to. Unless I feel there's a change, you know, what needs to be done, then I'll do it. So yeah, I'll catch up with you before I go. Wish me luck for the last few hours. Well, that's it. The session's just about come to an end now. And another great session. You know, them two commons, oh, I couldn't have asked for anything better, really. And the tench are just a bonus, I guess. Them couple of specimens. And Corey's really enjoyed himself. You know, it's great in the summer holidays. I love taking the kids with me. But now it's pack up time and we're off on holiday tomorrow, so until next time, I'm afraid that's going to be me. Everything is packed up, just got to bring them bad boys in and then we're going to hit the road. And if anybody interested in the Castaway PVA discount, that's still on offer. I'll leave the link in the description below. There's a 25% discount on anything you want. All you've got to do is use the voucher code, which I'll put in the description below. So yeah, tight lines, wet nets, and I'll see you on the bank sometime.